Hello there. Welcome once again to Lighthouse Show, brought to you by Student Guidance Unit in UNITEN, University Tenagan, as you know. Hi there, whoever who is here right now. I'm Jason. I'm one of the trainee counselors in Student Guidance Unit. You might or might not have met me before. If you are a student who has logged in just right now, say hi. We can see, I can see your comments. Please say hi, show some love, show some support. It's Friday night, and I just remember that I haven't drank any caffeine yet. I heard one of my friends just now, she was drinking some tea, homemade tea, but for me, I haven't prepared any. I just prepared a bit of water here so that we can last for 30 to 40 minutes talking about something that I thought about for the last 7 days or so. I'm Chinese, so I celebrated Chinese New Year on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th, and 5th of February. And now, still in Chinese New Year mode about the eating part, not so much about the giving out ang pao, already very poor, but about eating, and a little bit of gathering. However, today I just heard new number of cases 20XXX 20,000. That's scary. And I realized that more and more people do not want to socialize. But we are safe at home. I hope you are safe as well if you are viewing this from home. And yes, today we are not talking about COVID. We have enough of COVID for the last 2 years already. Today is something that I thought would benefit Uni 10 students. If you are Uni 10 student watching this right now, you are in the right place. I am a trainee counselor since November last year, so it's about about 4 months already. And I have seen a number of Uni 10 students. I have actually counseled them or guided them, and we do one-to-one counseling. And I realized one thing about our students, about Uni 10 students, when they come for counseling. Most of the talking is led by myself as the counselor. But it becomes not as nice, not as beautiful, because conversations are meant to be two-way. It's not meant to be one way. Bear in mind that counselors, we are not teachers. We are not lecturers. When you come to a counseling session with one of us from the SGU, we are not there to teach you. We are not there to tell you what you should do. We are not your father, mother, uncle, and somebody older who is always constantly giving you advice. As counselors, we don't really want to give you a lot of advice. We try to refrain from giving you a lot of advice because some of the advice might not work for you. If you are a Uni 10 student, today I have crafted 9. The topic says top 10, but I've crafted 9. Oh, hopefully I can count with my fingers. 9 top, most important, most useful questions that you should ask your counselor at Uni 10. Hi, Jin Yang. Nice to see you again. Always supporting our show. Thank you so much, Jin Yang. So, 9 questions will be coming up. But I also want to make today's show more interesting. Just as I say, when you come for a counseling session with one of us from SGU, it's a two-way conversation. Jin Yang would be one of my testimony for that. There's always two-way traffic. It's not I say everything and the student listen to me and follow everything because some advice might be wrong. So to make today's show more interesting, I have invited one of my colleagues, one of my teammates, one of my buddy as well, to help me out, to give her perspective. And before I bring her in, let me check where is she right now. Just now she said she is on the way home. Oh wow, she stays quite far from me. I believe she has reached home already. And let me bring her in. Before I bring her in, let me give a short introduction about her. Her name is Nur Hadia. In short, is Hadia. Hadia, of course, it means gift. She is a gift. She is a gift to many people. Firstly, I think she is a gift to me because she is a very helpful, very smart, very dedicated teammate. I think she is a gift to student guidance unit because she is very intelligent. She is very technical savvy as well. Why we are using StreamYard today, thanks to her. She taught us how to use StreamYard to do live streaming. Plus, she is a gift to all her clients. We call our students who come for counseling, we term them as clients. So when I say clients, is you, UNITEN students. I believe she is a gift to all her clients because I believe, even though I didn't sit in their counseling sessions, I truly believe that she is doing an amazing job, not just giving advice, amazing job to stimulate thinking amongst her clients so that her clients find more self-understanding, better clarity, have a clearer mind so that her clients will be able to decide what's the next course of action to solve their problems or challenges. Without any delay, may I open the door, the virtual door, to welcome my colleague, my teammate, Noor Hadia. Hadia, I've
Hi
opened the door for you.
everyone.
Hi. By the way,
Hi. Wow, that's so much.
we are in
So
one
much
same
body
building.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah, not bodek lah, because I didn't pay you for being a guest here, so I'm not bodek lah. I must. I don't know what's the right word to you. I must tell my audience or our audience that the reason you are here today is also a gift to our audience today. We have 6 people watching right now, and more will come in. As usual, I have noticed the trend of our audience, like house
Mm,
show. 9 o'clock, we go live. Hello, everyone. And we have to act excited. If you're watching this, it's not easy. I tell you the truth. If I'm seeing nobody watching and I have to act excited, it's extremely, extremely awkward. However,
mm-mm.
today we see 6 already, and I'm sure with Hadia here and a pretty important and interesting topic for discussion, I'm sure more will be coming in. To all who have come here already, who has attended or come into this room or studio or watching us live on Facebook, thank you. Thumbs up for you.
Thank you
Hadia,
everyone.
Hadia, would
Yeah.
you like to say a few words to our audience?
Well, first off, I am that friend that he mentioned was drinking tea. And I am so happy that you invited me, even though you said that you didn't pay me to join in. But if anything, this is like a good, opportunity to share my own input as well about the typical questions some clients usually ask us during the, our counseling sessions. So yeah, it's a good opportunity.
Mhm. Yep. I think one is a good opportunity for our audience to get to know us and also our
Mm-mm.
perspective. The questions I believe they are helpful, but I believe they are also mostly not asked. My experience, I just start by sharing my personal experience. In counseling, the students or the clients, they mostly listened. They mostly
Mm.
listen when I ask, what question do you have? Or do you have any question? Usual. This is the reply. What about your experience, Hadia?
So most of them are like you. They just go, yeah, I understand. I no questions, but sometimes they do ask for clarifications, especially for the informed consent we have. Like you want to ask certain questions about it.
Yeah, talking about that form, there was clause number 3. If you notice, something about cost and charges, or fees or payment.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Yesterday, one of
Yeah.
my new client asked me, "Sir, can I check whether there's any payment involved?" So, if you were to ask this question, let's warm up with this question. Why not? If
Yes,
Hadia,
yes,
you were
yes.
to be asked this question, how would you reply to your client?
Uh, Actually, this is a typical question for by my clients as well, and usually I would just reply that, well, as honestly speaking, as a counselor trainee and also an intern here, we don't actually get paid. So no, there's no actual payment uh, involving you joining us for our sessions. Plus, you're also a UNITEN student, so it's always gonna be free for you. Yeah, is there any payment
Mm,
charged?
yeah.
Yeah,
When you
that's
started to
usually
say
my
that, when
answer.
you started to say that we are not paid as trainee counselor, I thought you were giving some hints to our superiors, our
No, but
bosses.
it is the truth though.
We are not paid.
I've
We are
I've
doing this
already
show not
accepted
paid as
that
well.
back.
Okay, and I'm sure, as I said, you are doing a great job to your clients, and myself, I do my best. Okay,
Mm,
let's get on to the real action. I said I promised 9 questions. Why 9 questions, audience? Because question number 10 is actually for you to ask. I will post 9 questions. We will give our perspective to all the questions. And when we come to the almost the end, which is question 10, I will leave it blank because it's for you, the audience, especially UNITEN students. It can be also UNITEN staff, doesn't matter. All that's for you. I will reserve question 10 for you. Let's get started with yes, student guidance unit, Unit 10 commented. Free session for Unitenians. Yes, Unitenians, including Unit 10 students, whatever level you are in, whether first year, first month, first week, or last year, last month, last week, last semester, or staff. We do not get a lot of staff inquiries, but if you are watching as a staff, maybe you're watching a replay, yeah, you can always come because although the name says Student Guidance Unit, but I was made to understand we also offer services to the whole universe in University Tenaga Nasional. That's our promise. Let's get to the first question. I will put it up on the screen right now. Okay, first question. Very short question. One, two, three, four, five words. How can counseling help me? Very short question, but I feel it's a very important question to
mm-mm.
at least convey our thoughts to our audience. Would you like to start as the only lady in the house, Hadia?
Well, sure. So how can counseling help me? This is a question that sometimes people often feel, especially when they're feeling alone. Like, how can they help me? Like, how can they understand my situation? So most of the time, they feel kind of a bit not exactly disappointed or doubtful. It's more like they are cautious. Like, how exactly can they help me? Like, maybe for certain issues, like maybe financials or maybe for family, and we're like, how could they understand? Like, they don't know what I'm facing or such. So for us as counselors, assisting the clients is basically us, giving you the opportunity to open up those feelings, because otherwise that individual might feel, like I said, alone. They feel a bit doubtful, cautious, so they just hide away. So in the end, it just, brings down the mood for the individual. But for counseling, it allows the individual to let it out, and then from there we can seek out or create a plan for, the issue that they're facing. Any other input, Jason?
Yep, good. You have mentioned the essence of it. Let me add on my perspective. I always tell
Mm-hmm.
my clients this statement. I said the most important function of counseling is to help you understand yourself more. So I
Mm-mm.
also told my clients that let's say we go through just one session, 45 to 60 minutes. If after this one session you don't feel that you have understood yourself a little bit better, a little bit could be just few percentage. Maybe he just have one little discovery about his anger, for example. That can be very
Mm-mm.
small. And I said, if after one session you don't feel that you have learned more about yourself, then this session was not effective. You might consider not coming to the next session. Over time, I believe that over time, session by session, we help the client accumulate his or her knowledge about himself or herself. The funny thing about studying or education in all over the world so far is that we are taught a lot of subjects: math, English, BM, engineering, and so on and so forth, computer science if you are in uni 10. However, very limited opportunity for us to learn about ourselves, about our personality, our strengths, behaviors. interests, our thoughts. We have thousands of thoughts a day, our emotions. I used to be very angry as a person, or very easily angry. Maybe I'm still angry, or maybe I still have anger inside, definitely. But now I am more aware of my anger, thanks to another counselor who helped me out. And now I can, I'm able to manage to regulate my anger better. So I'm still angry sometimes. However, I can calm down faster. And that was help because I understood some triggers, some thoughts, and how angry is my angry, what kind of physical sensation. So all this become my feedback to myself, which is very important, not only to have academic success, also to have career success in the future, also to have a relatively joyful, successful life as a UNITEN student in the few years that you guys are in this university.
Mm-mm.
Good. Thanks for your perspective. Let's go to the second question. A little bit longer now. Question two. This is also important. Don't be shy to ask your counselor if you are meeting your counselor. How often should I meet with you, Miss or Mr. Counselor, to make sure that I'm staying on track? Maybe I will start on this, Hadia.
Oh, sure.
I cannot always say you are the lady in the house, the only lady, and you always start. So it seems like bullying online, right? Online bullying. No, we shouldn't let it happen. At least not on our live show. If my student or client ask me, sir, how often should I meet you to make sure I'm staying on track? I would, I would reckon we will start off by meeting once a week. I would suggest that we'll start off by meeting once a week on a regular day. Hopefully, it's a fixed day, fixed time for
Mhm.
three weeks. That means for 3 sessions consecutively. After the 3 sessions, we can review using a two-way conversation. I will ask the client how does he feel or how has she felt about the 3 sessions? Has them been helpful or not so much? So this will give a gauge on whether we should continue and also whether we need less frequent, more frequent, and whatever the format is. For me personally, I believe for a start is once a week is more friendly, not so intimidating yet not so stressful. We don't want our counseling to become the added stress to your already very stressful life of assignments, exams, and deadlines and group meetings. I even invited a few of my Unit 10 clients, students, they are all students, to tonight's show. 80% of them said they are busy because they have a 9 p.m. group meeting. So I was
Mm.
thinking, wow, when I was a uni student many years ago, I didn't need to meet like this. Perhaps maybe at that time, it was internet was not so advanced. We don't have this Zoom or Google Meet or MS Teams that allow us to meet anywhere, anytime. Oh, maybe I was a bit lucky because I was born much more earlier than most of you. So that's what I would recommend to my client. What about you, Dia, Hadia?
Similar to you. I mean, I believe all counselors are taught that it's better to give a large gap between sessions. Like you said, once a week is the best appropriate time or the best moment of scheduling a session, and then ensuring that the days have a good amount of gap, because if it's too close, then there's pretty much no progress, or there's not a lot to explore. And then, but if it's too long, then you might have already forgotten what we did in the previous session. So it's better to be the each week, once a week, and then there's a good amount of days between. Like, for example, if your session was on Friday, then it would be better not to have the session on a Monday, because there's a short amount of gap between those days. It's better to be on the Friday, and then maybe Wednesday would be appropriate. But like Jason said, it's also better to have a fixed time. So it's better to schedule around both the counselors and also the clients, day to day activities. Mm-hmm.
Yep, totally agree with you. By the way, I'm reading some of the comments. Thank you so much for JY Chong. Counseling helped me have a better self-awareness. Wow. And also,
Yeah.
my Sarah, counseling helps to understand ourselves better. Basically, they are talking about, in my opinion, the essence and the most important function of counseling. If as counselor we did not help or do not help our clients understand themselves better than before, I think we have to go back to school to learn to become better counselors and more effective counselors. JY Chong, my Sarah, thank you so much. Please keep commenting in the comment section because as
Yeah.
we are talking live, the live shows can be fun and sometimes not so fun because we don't hear the applause, we don't see your faces, we don't see your laughter. Even though I think I'm humorous, but I can't even hear your laughter. So it's actually very lonely. I'm here in Petaling Jaya, Bandar Utama. Dia, you are in Puchong, right?
Yep.
And yeah, we are not even together. We can't even feel the energy. She's drinking her favorite teh tarik. Just drinking. And I just realized I have ran out of water, but I'm thinking whether I should escape for 30 seconds to refill or not and leave her behind, but not for the time being. I will suffer with dehydration first. Yes, let's get on to the next question. Number three. Not too long, not too short. How should
Mm-hmm.
I plan my schedule? How should I plan my schedule? What's your
It's
thought?
pretty, yeah, it's a pretty similar question to the previous one. How should I plan my schedule? Uh, but we can also say it as, like I said, make sure there's a gap between the days, between the sessions, and then ensuring you yourself, knowing your own schedule. Like if you are a student, like Jason said, like most of you are students. What am I saying here? And so you need to ensure your class schedules. You can share with your counselor, and then try to find the appropriate time of whether or not this is a good time, because we as counselors understand, especially us as interns, we're also students, so we understand that fatigue after a class. So if anything, most of the time my schedules, I would recommend my clients to do it before a class, like maybe early morning if you're willing, or maybe even during the weekends, because I understand the fatigue of late class during 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., maybe 2 p.m. Sometimes you're already feeling a bit tired. So we can also, plan around that and maybe do it in the morning if you're willing. That's how I usually uh, recommend my clients to, schedule their sessions.
My view is this. If I were to be asked this question by my client in UNITEN, I will firstly ask, can I see your schedule?
Mm-mm.
So I'm suspecting this. Correct me if I'm wrong, audience. If you're UNITEN students, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm suspecting this, that most of students in UNITEN do not have a schedule except a timetable that tells you when you should attend this class, this lecture, and this class and this lecture. That's the timetable given by the university. Yes, it's important because if you don't follow or you don't have that timetable, you might miss some classes. So I would firstly ask my student, please show me your timetable or please show me your schedule. I'm suspecting that most students do not schedule other activities in their schedule. It's merely kind of
Classes.
sound
Mm.
like work. If you are undergrad working, studying or attending classes, doing assignments, doing taking exams are your work, your tasks. So I'm thinking, imagine myself, let's say I'm working, and you look at my calendar on my phone. You ask me to show you my phone. The calendar only says Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 at UNITEN office. Although I work from home now, but to be fair, I still schedule work time. If my boss is listening, I still schedule work time. However, if you notice, if I do not schedule running, 1 hour for running 3 times a week, or football with the young kids at the padang near my house on Friday, or meet up with friend, or this and that. All this to me is extremely important to be part of a real healthy, well-balanced schedule. Because if you only schedule work, 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 one, you're not motivated to look at your calendar because it's work, work, and work. Because I'm not even certain whether all the lectures bring you joy and happiness. Maybe some interesting subjects, maybe not all, right? To be honest, as students. So you have to have a balance, and you have to schedule leisure. You have to schedule exercise or game. Don't leave the game time or exercise time to a time where you don't know what to do. You're so bored that you say, hey, maybe I play games, or maybe I read book, maybe I go direct, maybe I go and see whether there's anyone on at the padang playing football that I might join them. So those maybe would not help you to sustain, to maintain your stamina and your composure and the right mental health. Because if you are first year student, it will be 3 years. If you are final year student, it might be another year or so, or in the middle, 2 more years. So all these are important. So I will ask the student, show me your schedule first. See what is being scheduled and what is not being scheduled. Cool. Yeah, JY Chong say correct. Oh, sounds like JY is now pretty good at scheduling, right? JY, if you can comment later. Banners, next one will be question 4. How are we doing on time? It's about half an hour in. Number 4, do you have any, this one many must ask counselors, don't be shy because counselors has resources, but you might never know if you don't ask them. Do you have any resources I can use to help me study? Huh, not asked. I never been asked this question. Kadia?
Yeah, usually I offer any resources. Like when I was doing my practicum, I had a few clients that were doing their FYP or such, and they had trouble looking for certain, resources or tools. So I was able to share some that I know of, and also ask some other friends like, you're doing this, right? Do you have any ideas what to, just help with this certain part of a research project? So they can share, and then I as well can also share those resources to the client if they require them.
One of the best resource that we have is a assessment on your learning style.
Mm-mm.
Everybody has a preferred learning style. If some of you has attended our Scourger webinars before, you would have heard of either one of us talking about that. I think it's Hadia. It was Hadia talking about that. If you want to learn better, you want to remember more, you want to be more attentive, it's not about, nowadays it's online class. It's not about paying more attention to the online lecture. No, it's not about that. Same here, it's not about paying attention to what we are talking about. Firstly, I must do my best to capture your attention. But if I fail, or you're tired, the most entertaining speaker also can't help. So it's not about forcing yourself to concentrate. It's about asking your counselor, can I can you help me find out how best to learn? So we will give you a learning style assessment. Humans fall into 3 categories. One group called visual learners, they prefer to learn by reading, by observing, by watching videos even. I am a visual learner, so I have a lot of books. I love to watch videos on YouTube. Some of my subjects that I don't really understand after lecture, I watch videos. Or sometimes I do revision by watching YouTube videos on YouTube, free of charge. There is a second group called audio learners or auditory learners. Audio learners, basically audio points to their listening. They prefer discussing. They prefer listening. Maybe they like podcasts. They prefer to have music. They prefer sounds. They prefer interaction, voice, noise, and sound. So this group basically work best group discussion or ask the lecturer live. If you don't understand anything, ma'am, can I ask you something? Doctor, can I have a question? I don't understand this. Can you explain one more time? So as the lecturer explained another time, the audio learners, those which like to learn by listening, would get the concept better. Last group. Last group are the kinesthetic learners. I don't want to spell the word to you. It doesn't matter. When you come to see us, you know and know what I'm saying. Kinesthetic learners, look at my hands. They prefer doing it.
Experiment. Mm.
I believe JY Chong, my client in UNITEN, he is a kinesthetic learner. Hope I'm not wrong. He learns by participating in the session, in the discussion, in the role play. So when I have counseling sessions with him, I always ask him to come, let's do a role play. If he's preparing for an interview, he needs to apply for internship placement. So I said, let's do mock interview. And after that, I will ask him, which part do you think you do well? Which part do you think you can improve? Of course, after that, I give my point of view. So from there, he learned. I believe he learned faster than I said, please read this book or please listen to me. Read the book is for visual learners. Listening to me is for audio learners. Whereas let's do a role play. Let's do a mock interview is for the third type, kinesthetic learners. So learning style assessment is available from us in SGU. When you come and see us, ask us about learning style so that you
There's
know the
also,
best
yeah,
way for you to learn. Yes, Hadia, yes.
yeah. There's also one more that you missed. It's actually R, reading, the more
Ah,
traditional way of studying, which is those who follow guidelines. They need to read something in order to better understand something. Yep, the VARK learning styles. Thank you, Noro Shafika. You know about it. I'm glad.
yes. What learning style are you, Noro Shafika? JY Chong, sorry, I made a big mistake live on the universe. You are an audio learner. Yes, means you like to discuss. That's why in our session we are always doing. Yeah, we do role play. Role play is also you listen to me, I listen to you, you listen to yourself. Because audio learners they can listen to themselves and learn something as well. Nice one, Nuru. We are waiting for you to tell us what's your learning style. Meanwhile, we go on to cover the next question. Question 5. Do you have any information to help me start exploring careers?
Careers. Yeah,
Hadia?
what Jason has already done, mentioned earlier, he mentioned about assessments, and that's one of the ways that we can assist you in finding or exploring your careers. I have an example here. I don't have like the SDS, the self-directed search, is one of the assessments that we counselors will tend to give you in order to better find out what kind of interest that you have and what kind of field that you may be interested in. I don't have any soft copy to share you with you guys about it, but yeah, do visit the SGU if you want to look at it live for better details.
Yes, absolutely. SDS, whatever that means, doesn't matter. It's not important to
Self-directed search.
learn self-directed search. Students, you won't remember. It doesn't matter. Remember our faces. Hadia is a gift to you. Myself, I will do my best. And also, we have one more colleague later. I'll introduce her. We are here to help you understand yourself better. Remember the essence of
Mhm.
counseling, in my opinion. And yes, a career. Career means what? Career means something that you do for a long, long time for a payment. Payment might be good, but you hate your job. How might it feel? Can you last long? Can you perform? Can you be promoted? Will you get a good appraiser? I think it's tough. You need to work so hard that you burn yourself out. So the SDS assessment that Hadia mentioned earlier is to help you understand your interests based on 6 different areas of interest. Are you someone who like to create new stuff? Are you someone who like to work with people? Most of us trainee counselors and counselors, we, if I'm not wrong, Hadia, we are high on the area of social work. Or social means working or helping people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So, and also there will be people who like investigative work, people who like to do hands-on work. They are suitable for research, working in a lab environment where they get to do hands-on work. So SDS is another assessment or tool that we have at SGU, waiting for you to utilize it. Again, if you are late and didn't hear my story about the payment, It's free of charge. SGU doesn't charge anything because SGU, most of the staff, they are paid by the university to provide this guidance and counseling support service to all students and staff. Next question. Ding, ding, ding.
Shavika has answered. Yeah,
Shafika has answered or not?
yeah, she's a
Oh,
visual learner.
visual. You are like me, Shafika. Yeah, okay. You are observing everything now on the screen. Thank you for coming, Shafika. And thanks for
Thank
your
you for
comments and
coming.
sharing.
I
Whoever
remember
else
you
who is
from the
watching
previous one.
this, who has actually identified your learning style, please share in the comment section too. Thank you so much. Next, let's go to question 6. Pretty long question. How should I determine if this university, UNITEN, we are talking about UNITEN, is a good fit for me? How should I determine if this university, UNITEN, is a good fit for me? I'll let you go first, Adia.
Oh, for me, I believe it's almost like the assessment of careers. We can find out about your passion, what you like about the topics that you like. For example, if you are someone who enjoys literature or English, then you can find a university that actually promotes growth of literature. Like for UNITEN itself, most likely most of you enjoy engineering, electrical topics. So that is one of the reasons why you chose UNITEN, because they offer a lot of courses regarding electrical and engineering topics or courses. For myself, I myself actually wanted to be an English teacher when I was younger. So I actually chose TESOL first, and then I chose Unicell actually for my foundation. And then I learned that okay, maybe I actually enjoy English as a language. I don't actually want to be a teacher. I I might not be an appropriate teacher, so I decided to go to a more something that is more appropriate to myself, and I chose counseling because this is more about other people saying about myself that I'm a very calming person, blah 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 blah. All those things are compliments people mention. So I decided, okay, this is something that I can do, and I have the talent for it. Then I can choose a university that offers these courses that can benefit me and my future. Yeah, yeah,
Good for you, Hadia. No wonder we
yeah.
are colleagues now. If I were to be asked this question, how should I determine if this Uni 10 is a good fit for me? It's not an easy question for me to directly answer. I would ask, how happy are you, for example? I would ask, do you feel do you have good friends here? What do you think about the lecturers? How about your course, the course that you're currently doing? How satisfied are you with the choice of course and with the things that you're learning and being taught on a weekly basis? The other thing is fun. I will look into fun. I will ask my client, are you having fun? Do you enjoy? Do you do activities that you like to do? Do you have friends to do it with you? Well, not necessarily everybody need to do fun activities with people. Somebody like to do it alone, like cycling or like running. It can be alone. Swimming also can be alone. So that is not necessary that you have a lot of friends. That means this university is a good fit, in my opinion. Some people can have just 3, 4 friends, good enough. 2 friends also good enough. And overall, I will look at whether most of the important domains of your life, you have a high enough satisfaction at this point of time, since you are still in this university. How about finance? Yeah, finance could be another factor. If you don't have enough money to spend, you will be very worried, you'll be stressed,
Hmm.
you'll be maybe sad even if compared to your friends who are seem to have non-stop amount of allowance from parents. So all these things I would ask to have a check, have a discussion on if certain parts, let's say friends, my client said, I feel that I don't have friends. This can be a point for us to go into more in-depth discussion to find out more exactly. Is it because you don't feel you fit in, or interpersonal skills, or maybe self-esteem? There are many other things for us to explore in our
Hmm.
counseling session. So this is a very Very interesting question to me, but I will say it's not easy to give a direct answer. And
Yeah.
personally, I won't be able to give you the answer as your counselor. No, I won't be able to say yes. Is it good fit or not good fit? I will have to ask you a lot of questions, and that
Mm-mm.
is self understanding. Promote self understanding. It could be a good fit. It could be not so good. It could be very bad fit. But I hope it's a good enough fit. Good enough fit. Sometimes you face challenges, issues, stress, personal issues, academic issues, financial issues. We won't lend you money, but you can come to us. We don't charge you anything. We listen to you. We talk through things with you. We ask you questions, and hopefully we help you find more clarity in your mind. All right. So question 6 will lead on to question 7. How do I know? This is mainly for first year student. I hope there are some first year students watching this show tonight, because I know that first year students just joined about 2 weeks back or
Mm.
about 10 days back. How do I know if I'm doing well as a first year student? This is question number 7. Very important if you're a first year student, if you're meeting your counselor. How do I know if I'm doing well? What's your perspective, Nadia?
This is almost like not a continuation of the previous question, but it's almost like they're pretty similar to one another.
Mm,
So you already brought up those points about looking at the environment, the friendships, a lot of the social aspects as well. So that is one of the things that you can, identify whether or not are you satisfied with your, your presence there at the university. Have you made friends? Was the assignments there going well for you? Were you able to cope with the, the stress and such during your classes? Those are one of the, not one of those, most of the factors that maybe, that you can consider about finding out whether or not you are, you know doing well as a first year student, because most people may have, just focus on the academic aspects, like, oh, I'm doing really well, my assignments are very good, or I'm everything is going well in the academic part, but they don't notice the friendship aspects, the environment there. So you can, just tick off, yeah, tick off those factors, whether or not, okay, I'm satisfied with here, uh, there's lacking here, there's nothing here. Then you can see whether or not, okay, there's a lot that I can either improve later on next year as a student here.
yeah, not forgetting there's a tool called the Wheel of Life, one of your
Hmm.
favorite tool as well. You want to share with them about this tool?
I don't have the pictures right now, but the tool or the wheel of life is basically an actual wheel that you can. You should have mentioned this earlier so I can prepare. So all of the aspects of the wheels, you can cut it off like a pizza or a pie. So all of them have different slices. So in each of those slices, there's at least 10 rankings. And all those rankings, they have those factors, maybe environment, friendship, love, finance. And then you rank those aspects, whether or not for love, it's maybe one, no relationship. Or maybe for environment, the community, you put, okay, it's been going well, so you put 9 or maybe even 10. And then once you have all of the factors or aspects of your life done, all of them are ranked, and then you can, it's almost like connect the dots, you connect all of them and see, this is the second wheel basically, but it's now a bit, maybe a bit disjointed, because some rankings are maybe low, some are high, and then you can see visually now which are the lowest, and how you can, properly improve on, try to identify and question what is this part lacking, is it similar to the previous one, how is this one working out, but this aspect of my life isn't working right. So you can go through from there. uh, Maybe I can search for it while you look for, I
Yes,
mean, you
okay.
continue your part.
Yep, that would be great. All right, I see one question posted by Noor Shafida to Miran. We'll cover this question at the once we finish the 9 questions that we have selected. Let's move on to question 8. Ooh, this is Hadia's interesting question as well. How secure is the confidentiality of the counseling? So this question points to if you are a student coming to see a counselor, UNITEN counselor, what we talk about, what you tell us about in the sessions or in the 5 sessions, how would it be publicized? Would anybody else know apart from my personal counselor? Imagine I'm your counselor. You come and you share some things, very personal stuff with me. Would this personal stuff, would I tell it to Hadia? No, I would never tell it to Hadia, even though she might ask, "Oh, that client." No, she didn't ask that. Even though some of my colleague might ask, "That student looks interesting. What's the issue?" I would say, "No comments." All the discussion, all the sharing, it's private and confidential. We are obliged, we are responsible as counselors to safeguard this privacy of our clients. You are all our clients, even though we offer the service free of charge. We will write our own notes during the counseling session. I write it on my iPad just for me to keep track. When I listen, I need to keep track and I need to know what are the key points you mentioned. The other thing as counselor I would do is to write my report. My report is kept saved inside my own personal computer. Sometimes we will have a folder. There will be a folder in the unit itself, but there won't be anybody so interested to go and open up the folder and look at the reports on a daily basis. Plus, the reports are all safely kept within the department, within our office. It is not publicized. This is how I would tell and explain to my clients. Hadia, what about you?
Yeah, basically, confidentiality is a part of our ethical. As a counselor, we have a book, a rule of ethics that we have to follow. So anything you share within the counseling room or even the Google Meet room will always be between just us two. But of course, since it's also under the supervision of Dr. Husni, then yeah, she will also find out about most of the information. But most of the time, she'll just look through the reports that we've written instead of like asking further details on such and such. So, if anything, especially as us as interns, whatever we share will be used more for academical reasons instead of like gossip or anything. And also, there is the risk of a breach of confidentiality, which is basically not as not as something like because of gossip or anything, but if you as the client have any issues, whether you are planning on hurting yourself or others, then that is the moment where we as counselors are obligated, and not exactly obligated, we have to report to the higher authorities in order to get better help and to report the situation. So that is the only part of the breach of confidentiality. When something very dire is happening, then yeah, we have to breach. Otherwise, it's just between us two, three, if you include Dr. Husni.
Yep. The breach of confidentiality is informed. That means the client has to
Mm-mm,
agree for it. Why? It's mainly for the safety of the client. Because there are
mm-mm,
some things that are beyond our control. Imagine a client says that he plans to kill himself. So this is very serious. We have to firstly check whether he's serious about his plan. If we feel that it's serious enough, we have to you really escalate it to higher authority, our supervisors and maybe some other authorities. Again, back to the safety of our
mm-mm.
clients is most important. And there
This
are
is
some things
basically,
that we can't help. It's beyond our help. So
yeah,
we have to
this
seek
is
other helps.
this is basically the informed consent that we mentioned earlier, the contract between us as counselors and you as the client. So you have to read through the guidelines that we set, and then of course we as counselors will also explain those guidelines in order for you to better understand. And then when there's an agreement, then you sign, and then that's our basic legal contract for the counseling sessions.
Do you find the view of life to share?
Oh yeah, do you want to look for it now? I thought we were gonna show it at the end or something.
Okay, you can upload while I cover. I go through question 9. Oh, you're sharing now. Okay, good too.
Yeah.
Okay, all yours.
Oh, I already explained most of it. So this is the wheel of life. Do you see the mouse pointer?
Yep.
So, like I mentioned, these are the aspects of your life. Maybe can I make it a bit bigger? Don't want it to be 100. It's too. Maybe this is fine. So these are the aspects of your life. Spirituality is basically your how religious you are or how much of a believer you are. Money and finance, of course, the financial issues, career and work, health and fitness, fun and recreation, environment, community, family and friends, partner and love, growth and learning. These are the aspects that you may believe that is important to you. You don't actually have to follow these aspects. If it's something that you believe that, okay, instead of spirituality, maybe you're not a very highly religious person, you can replace it with something else that you consider important. And then from there, you can also rank these aspects of your life, whether or not money and finance. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I wish. So you can put it as number 10. And then for career and work, yeah, because my finance is still good. My career is going well. So again, 10. And then you consider like, but I've been working a lot to the point that I haven't had the time to exercise. So you can put it maybe 7 or 6. So you can see that, okay, there's a bit of a fluctuation between your daily life. Fun and recreation is maybe similar to that thought, like, yeah, I haven't had the time to relax, so you put it 6 again. And then environment, yeah, my workplace is actually pretty high pace. Maybe you can consider that the environment, maybe your workplace. And then you can consider like there's so many rivalries, it's kind of a bit difficult, so you can put again 6, and so on. If I go on, we might just go over the time. So yeah, that's basically the wheel of life. And then from all of these points, you just connect them, like, and then you see like, okay, there's a lot that it's not even a wheel anymore. It's just like a bitten cheese wheel by a mouse or something, because there's like so many rect lines instead of like a perfect circle.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
For students, if you notice, you might not have a career or work yet. So when you
Mm,
come and we do this wheel of life exercise together with you, we can change this. Instead of career and work, we can change it to studies and grades or university
yep.
and studies and so on. Whatever that's appropriate for your current phase of life. Thanks so much for elaborating, Hadia. This is a good tool to answer question 7 and also question 6 to help our students in Unit 10 understand as an overview whether they are really satisfied studying at Unit 10, not only looking at studies, not only looking at CGPA, but looking at the whole 8 domains of their life. All right, let's go to question 9. Oh, this is an interesting one. I am not so imagine there's a client. He already started seeing counselor for first time. In the first session, somewhere in the middle or at the end, she told the counselor, I'm not the one seeking counselor, to be honest. But I know someone that really seems like he or she needs help. How can I convince this person to come and see you? Huh? You wanna go first?
I think I've already gone first a lot, so
Okay,
I'll leave it to
okay,
you.
I will go first. I will firstly I will firstly say good job. You are very courageous to come to see me, and you are very helpful friend indeed to think about your friend in this way. You take a bait, come here, and then you ask me how to convince the person. I think I will try this way. I don't think it's easy for me or him or the student to convince his friend or her friend. Hey, you go and see that counselor lah, Mr. Jason. He is blah 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 blah. He can do this for you. I don't think it's easy. So I would suggest this to this current client if she asked me this. I said, okay, why don't you go through 2 sessions with me, even though you are not the one who you even though you don't think you are the one who needs this guidance and counseling, doesn't matter. We can work at anything, and whatever goal or challenge you might have, it can be a goal. You want to attain this, and we can also work towards the goal. Or it might be something bothering you. Can be a little small little thing. I'm not able to sleep well lately. It can be something like that. So I will encourage the client to go through 2 sessions with me so that he or she has a real experience about the counseling, about the guidance, about the experience, rather than trying to sell the idea to his or her friend by just using concepts or theories.
Mm.
I would say no, because it's extremely difficult. I know it's extremely difficult because counseling is still not a very popular activity. You don't say, oh, I have a lunch meeting with my counselor for counseling. Yeah. I think not many people in Malaysia is saying this. Therefore, many people seems to have some issues, but if I ask them, they will say, I don't think I need your help. I've asked many before in real life, actually. All of them very intelligent people, and somehow I feel that they are burning up. So I said, maybe we can have a chat. Then he would say, oh, I hope I'm not at that stage where I need your services. I said, the door is always open for you. But after 6 months, still he didn't knock on my door. So I would encourage this student to go through 2 sessions with me, work on something that is important to himself or herself first, and then share the experience with that friend whom she think that needs help. That will be my
Mm.
go-to.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Or at least a good idea as well. Because I've had this situation before. Someone emailed me about, I'm not the one seeking counseling, but I have this friend that's really that she seems very troubled, and I really want to help her. So how can I, convince this person to join counseling or seek help? So how I replied back then was like, "Oh, you're such a very good friend that you're so attentive to your friend's situation." And well, it's actually very difficult to convince someone because they are their own person. It's very hard to influence their, just by goading, like, okay, like Jason said, come join counseling, and that will likely won't work out unless that individual themselves feel as if maybe if someone will go with her. And this is also a good opportunity because counseling isn't just for individual counseling, there's also group counseling. So if you are in a group of friends, you can also bring that individual in a group counseling instead, in order for them to feel a bit more comfortable, and then just try 1 or 2 sessions as a group. Maybe it's not even the actual issue of the client, but just a test try, maybe a session regarding friendship, or trying about conflict, topics of conflict as a topic theme for the group counseling session. And then from there, then perhaps they feel, okay, I feel a bit more confident now, and that individual, that friend of them, may feel as if they can ask the counselor, is it possible if I can join an individual counseling because I have something I want to share? And that may be a possibility that can happen. And there's also another way, which is can be a bit for some people, and it is basically if you both of you are students and you feel as if it's more of the academical issue or something, you can bring it up to your lecturer, and that lecturer can assist by referring that particular student or maybe talk to that student like, is everything okay? And then maybe this brings up the opportunity for that friend of yours to say something to that lecturer, and something this may lead to maybe the lecturer recommending, okay, you can join the counseling sessions if you want better help, because blah 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 blah, just talking about it may not be, enough for you. So we have a counseling department that can, assist you with that. And then again, this may move to a happy ending, hopefully.
Thank you so much for giving two extra ideas on how to tackle this question. Now we have finally covered question 9 questions, and it's already 10 o'clock. So
Yeah.
now we are opening up for your questions. The audience, you are very important to us. Thank you again for coming. Let's take the first question that has been posted at 9:38 by Noor Shafida.
Let me
As
show it.
this is her question. Yeah, oh, you can show it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Ye-
Yeah. As students, what time hours for benefits and suitable for sleep every day? No, Shafida, I believe you're asking what is the recommended time for students to sleep every day. Hmm. I'm a little bit
Hmm.
old and old school, so I won't attempt to answer first. Let me pass to my young colleague, Adia. Younger perspective.
Asking me is such a bad idea, because even I myself have a very bad sleeping schedule. uh, but for a typical adult and also young adult, the hours recommended is 8 hours of sleep. And there was a study before that surveyed the sleep patterns or sleeping hours of adults and young adults, and it was only 6 hours, 6 hours something minutes a day. So it's supposed to be 8 hours, and then if you calculate all of them at the end of the week, we basically have a depth of not sleeping for 11 something hours. I don't remember the actual numbers. So if possible, trying to not even just finding that one straight 8 hours, you can also divide that hours, perhaps taking a nap as well, and then you can properly rest during the night. So the best time is of course during the nighttime, so you can properly be energized on the next day, especially for classes. But of course, some students and even myself tend to not follow that kind of sleep schedule. So it's better to be. I'll pass this question to the more experienced uh, individual about sleeping.
Mm. I I will check again, just like a doctor. I won't act like a sleep expert, but of course, agree with you. 8 hours. I also still try to get 8 hours as old as I am now. 7 hours, 8 hours. I think I need 8 hours. I still try to get 8 hours. I would ask the student whether they feel tired on the day in the daytime, whether they are able to do their work, concentrate on the online classes, be able to listen and be attentive when talking to their lecturers or friends, or whether they are dozing off or not present and feeling exhausted and still seem not to be able to concentrate. I think these are the few symptoms that can really tell you something about your sleep pattern. I won't claim to say that 11 p.m. is the best, 12 p.m., 12 midnight or 10:30. I personally try to sleep at 10:30, but it's my habit because I want to wake up early at certain days to exercise. That's my habit. 8 hours, important. Also check whether there are any disturbance to your daily functioning. That is the symptom to look out for, whether your sleep is good habit. Second, whether they are good quality sleep. We are both not sleep doctors here. I think there are even better people to answer this question, but 8 hours. And if you feel tired, really find out, can you or are you able to create a more consistent habit of sleeping at certain time, waking up at certain time, and make sure this duration is 8 hours. 8 hours. So I think that's a better gauge. Well, of course, personally, I don't recommend to drink coffee or tea at night because you might not be able to sleep until the wee hours in the morning. Yeah, don't follow this bad example. Ding ding. Caution. Don't do this
I'm a
at home,
bad
UNITEN
counselor.
students. Well, there are two more questions. This one I will show. Ah, I know how to
Okay.
show the question right. This is for our from our colleague behind the scene. Why am I feeling tired all the time, even though I have enough sleep and work out quite regularly? Wow. We were talking about sleep, and now she's talking about sleep and still tired. And she says that she work out quite regularly. I suspect it could be due to the stress. Hmm. Enough sleep, so I reckon you are sleeping 8 hours. Work out regularly, I reckon you are better than most Malaysians. That you have moved your body, sweat it out, detoxify. So I believe habitually seems like you are doing the right things habitually. Then it could be some unseen factors. Example, stress. So we have to look into, have you been worried and anxious? Have you been not able to chill? Yeah, talking about this, there's an assessment that can check your level of stress, which is also easy for us to conduct and for you to find out through using an assessment. Assessment, we use them not to say that you are crazy or healthy. No, it's for us to also let you see there's a gauge compared to the normal population. Where do you stand in terms of stress, for example? So the assessment is useful to help us determine whether you are experiencing stress, anxiety, or something more heavy in terms of emotional burden. That could be a factor. Or you're working too hard, or you don't have um, rest time, you don't have enough rest or breaks. That could be another factor. Hadia, anything to top up?
Mm, pretty much what you mentioned. Like there are of course other factors that may be the cause of you feeling very tired, most likely burnout. Maybe for you itself, even though you have enough sleep and workout, maybe those activities, not the sleep, maybe the workout itself, maybe there is a bit of feeling of, okay, I lost my mind, my track of mind. Uh, so there's maybe a bit of feeling an obligation of doing these activities to the point that, okay, I just have to follow this. So it's by having already multitude of tasks already, those other factors, and then you have to follow a set routine of workout, maybe by obligation, then you are already feeling very burnt out by carrying out these day-to-day activities. But of course, maybe the workout itself is something that you do enjoy and believe it's something that helps you, then that's a very positive thing. Otherwise, it may be those other factors that Jason mentioned earlier, like stress, or maybe work, maybe the relationships have been a bit strained. So those are the feelings that may be bogging down your feelings to the point that you feel you're still tired, physically tired, but mostly likely it might be also emotionally tired.
Hmm. Yep, be very careful about stress. Stress can turn into chronic stress. It has been there for a long time, 2 3 weeks or months. Chronic stress, some of the symptoms to look out for if whether you are experiencing chronic stress would be one, the inability to focus. Normally you do this report or do this assignment, you take half an hour. Now you can't even finish it after one whole day. So inability to focus. Second is change in your memory, working memory especially. Normally you remember almost everything, tip top. Now you can't seem to remember something, most things, and something related to work and so on. So forgetful. That's a second sign. Third sign is not taking care of your hygiene. For men, you can see them having more and more of this beard, unkempt hair. For ladies, you are seeing them maybe putting on weight, maybe not even taking care of their outlook. So all these things are signs that you or the person that you care about, that you love, is experiencing chronic stress. Chronic stress is serious stress. Must really seek help, professional help. And that leads us to our last question, which is also just Seem like these three questions are somehow they are related to each other. Maybe behind the scene they
Everyone
already
is feeling a bit stressed.
gang up to ask us this consecutive question. But I like this question, sweet and really really challenging. How to handle stress with a correct way? JY Chong.
Well, there are multiple methods. I believe me and my Sarah have basically uploaded a video about relaxation techniques, and those techniques are some of the methods that can better assist you in relaxing after having those stressful moments. So what I can recall was we there's a lot of things. Maybe for you handling the stress, maybe about the assignments and such. And from there we can do planning and in order to try to schedule those tasks in a better and appropriate way. But in another way, instead of just the testing, like how to manage your stress by relaxing your body. And there's a lot of techniques, like for people who are preferring visual, maybe they like drawing or such, that is also a technique to relax by coloring, by having a lot of details that you can just lose your mind from just relaxing, doing such activities. And there's also people who may be feeling very stiff with their bodies. So there's a lot of other techniques from there. The muscle progression, whereby auto relaxation, where there's techniques where we really release our tension from each of our body parts one by one. That is the progressive part of the auto muscle relaxation. So that's one of the techniques that you can try to exert those energies out from the stress of the body. Yeah.
Yeah, very good recommendation. Apart from that, I will also recommend number one, come and see a UNITEN counselor. How we are going to work with you, I think is very personalized. I cannot generalize, but one thing that I really would work with you if you are my client or my client come up with this same situation is to investigate your thinking pattern. Some people are born more pessimistic, some are more optimistic. But I have read some research that says that human beings tend to think more negatively, more negative thoughts compared to positive thoughts. So we are born kind of negative, all of us, including me. So investigating our thoughts, our thinking pattern, how it affects our feelings. So if I think that Hadia is typing something talking bad about me right now, as you
Oh
can see
no.
on the screen. So let's say I have that thought. How might I feel? I will feel very angry with her and suspicious. You can see my facial expression already changed. And what might I do? It might affect my behavior. I might unfriend her, ghost her, or check on her, or ask what she was doing, or talk back about her. It could be all these things. So imagine if this cycle continues, me and Hadia becomes very strained. Will I have more stress in my life? Definitely. I need to work with her. I need to see her. Definitely, I have more stress and even more anger, not only stress. So, good question, JY. I love this question, but it's also a question that needs to be dive deeper together with a counselor. By all
Mm-mm.
means, any one of you who is watching this feeling stressed, just a little stress. Don't wait until chronic stress that you can't remember what to do the next hour. Don't wait until you experience chronic stress. Just feeling a little stress, come and knock on my door. And how to get to us, how to contact us. That will bring me to my last slide. Ding ding. Yes. These are our mobile numbers. My Sarah is our colleague behind the scene. Jason is myself, and Hadia the gift. So all these are our number. Of course, don't call us midnight or early in the morning at an inappropriate time. You can WhatsApp us. WhatsApp is the best, most polite way so far. And then we will talk to you. We will set a time convenient to you and convenient to us. Reasonable time for us to meet up online, face to face, depending on the comfort level. And we will talk things out. So take a snapshot of this. If you're watching this online on your monitor, on your phone, even you can also snapshot. This is our trainee counseling team. Of course, we also have our supervisors, Dr. Hosni, also our another supervisor, Puan Zuraini. Those are the people guiding us, supporting us, and giving us advice on what to do with our clients. All UNITEN clients are students, most of them students, maybe some of them are staff. Okay, I think yes, we have exceeded the 1 hour mark. And yes, all you 11 people who are still watching us live right now, really from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for
Thank you
staying
so much.
until today, not until today, until now. See, I'm losing track already. I'm really dehydrated. I have not drank water for 1 hour already. And I want to thank my guest today, Hadia, for taking up this offer free of charge. I don't pay her anything, and yet she is doing such an amazing work to give her perspective on the nine, not even nine, it's 12 questions today. We have broke our
Mm-mm.
record, so it's top
Extra
12 questions.
questions.
Thank you for JY Chong's question, our colleague's question, and also let me see who was that just now. Nor Shafida's question. I think now we have top 12 question. If ever we will do it this show again in 6 months time, is top 12 question. Thank you, Irfan, and thank you everyone. With that, I will say
Yeah.
goodbye and catch us
I'll
again.
also I'll
Yep.
also drop the link to the
Oh
scoring right
yeah,
now.
score. I always forget the
It's
running thing.
okay.
Oh, you guys need to run and score some runs. So this is the link. Quickly click, 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 click. We'll close by what time? The registration will close by what time,
I
Hadia?
set it to 11 instead of 10:30 because we have overrun our time.
Okay, registration closed by 11 tonight, not tomorrow night, not tomorrow morning, because Hadia still need to go to sleep. She wants to cultivate a better sleeping habit. Thank you so much. And catch us again for another topic, another talk, another live show next Friday, same time, 9 p.m. We are always live on Friday, 9 p.m. This has been
Mhm.
Lighthouse Show brought to you by Student Guidance Unit, UNITEN. Thank you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, everyone.